Hey guys, how are you today? So it has been a while since I've got a chance to really just sit down and talk with you guys one-on-one. As I'm sure you guys can tell by the title of the video, I have kind of a short, simple video for you guys today just about what my fish eat in a day. Basically just the foods that I feed them and how much. Beyond that, I really just wanted to kind of take a second and talk to you guys just, about how I'm feeling with this whole YouTube thing and this channel and, just all that emotional stuff. So I'll put the time somewhere if you want to just skip ahead to the fish part. This is after all a fish channel, and though I kind of messed with you guys last week and put out a video that had no fish in it, I do understand that some of you just want like fish content. So if you don't want to hear me talk, then by all means, it's fine. I'm not gonna hurt my feelings. Well, it's gonna hurt my feelings a little. Go ahead and skip. I totally understand. But basically, I just wanted to kind of take a second and reflect on how everything is going. I feel like when I started YouTube, I was really excited and I had a bunch of ideas and, every video that I posted was getting more views than the last one and my subscribers were growing and it was just kind of this constant uphill curve that I was really excited about. And it was easy to stay motivated like that because you're seeing results and you're like, every time I do something more, I get more out of it. And maybe within the last 3 or 4 videos, it kind of went the opposite way, where it's every new video I put out, I'm getting, less views, and my subscriber count is staying the same or going down a little bit, or if it does go up, it's going up very slowly. And I want to definitely clarify that subscribers are not everything, views are not everything, likes are not everything. I think that everyone should be here, and I am definitely here because I enjoy this hobby. And I don't just mean the fish keeping hobby because I do just enjoy the fish keeping hobby, but I also enjoy the hobby of video making. Having content where I can look back at my channel and I can see the growth and the change that has happened in my hobby and in my life. I love editing, as weird as that sounds. I know it's a huge pain to go through and take, hours of video and then just condense it and chop it until it's down to, 5 minutes and put effects and put text and put zooms and put music and all of that. And it takes, sometimes an entire day, sometimes 8 hours of editing, sometimes a couple hours of editing. And all of that, is obviously a very work-intensive part of the YouTube hobby. And for me, it is a hobby because obviously it's not, I don't think, ever going to become something that could be a job for me. And I do still enjoy it, and I want to make that very clear because, really, even if nobody watched me, or even if I had 1 subscriber, I would like to think that I would still make content, I would still make videos, which is why I kind of wanted to do a little something different this week and kind of do a sit-down chit-chat with you guys. Basically, I've kind of hit, I don't want to say a slump, a plateau maybe. I've kind of hit a place in my YouTube hobby where it is getting a little bit harder to stay motivated because of those more shallow reasons, because, the views were not there, the subscribers were not there. And what I enjoy is talking to the cameras, being in front of the cameras, talking to you guys. So I guess what I'm trying to say is more of a question. Is it entertaining for you to hear about stuff in my life or for me to talk directly to the camera like this when there are no fish or other animals present? Or is it better for my videos to be centered on the fish and not on me as much? Do you guys mind when the videos run a little bit longer like this when I have really long intros or I have other stuff I want to say? On the one hand, I do want to know why my channel growth is kind of slowed and I want to help people enjoy my videos more, but on the other hand, I also want to focus more on things that make me happy as a creator, because obviously that's the only way I'm going to stay truly inspired, not inspired for the wrong reasons, but inspired for the right reasons, like that I really enjoy this and find it fulfilling personally. So I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm trying to say that I am confused. I am a little bit frustrated with my hobby. I definitely am still going to make videos. I'm definitely going to keep my fish hobby, but it has kind of hit that point where it is a little more difficult to be as excited about it as I was. Which I guess is to be expected with anything that's new and then becomes kind of, you take for granted because it's commonplace and I've made more videos now, that kind of attitude. So yeah, honestly, I feel better just having kind of talked to you guys about it. I would love to hear from you guys, of you as creators and what you do with your channels, or you as viewers and what you want to see with channels. Basically, I felt weird about sitting in front of the camera and acting a lot, but more excited than I really am. Basically, I never want to be fake with you guys. I really want you to see the real person that I am. Otherwise, what's the point? You guys know I call you my friends, and I feel like you are my friends, and I hope that you feel like I am your friend. And don't be fake with your friends. Don't be fake with the people that care about you and the people that you care about. I mean, what are you, my ex-boyfriends? Anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. I know I say that every video, but I really do appreciate you guys watching. I'm always happy to have you, as always. And yeah, I will throw you on into that footage of what I feed my fish in a day. Because it may seem like a little mundane thing, but how we feed our fish and what we feed our fish is kind of the main form of interaction a lot of times that you can have with this pet that is otherwise not able to be physically interacted with, you know? I definitely really enjoy it every day. I get joy from feeding my fish, and I hope that you guys can find it interesting. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys in the outro. Thank you so much just for listening to me, if you did listen to me, and I hope that you enjoy it. So starting with my goldfish, I've showed this on a previous video, but I feed them Repashy Super Gold Goldfish Koi and Gel Food. I do have a video where I actually make this because it comes as a powder. It comes as a powder, I hope you can see that. And basically you boil it with water and some other stuff to make it the actual gel-like consistency that you then feed to the fish. This is what it actually looks like once you make it a gel and you cube it up. You do have to keep it refrigerated, and it is kind of a pain to make, but it is very good for them, so that's why I feed this. I totally just dropped that. This is the pellet food that I actually feed my betta fish. It is the Omega-1 Color Mini Pellet. It says slowly sinking, but it kind of sits on the surface for a while, and they really seem to like it. They always eat it before it can actually sink. I chose this one because, as you can see, it is a really tiny pellet, which is good because they have a really tiny mouth. And if you take a look at the ingredients on the back of it, I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it is still a pre-processed pellet food, but it is one of the better ones as far as I can tell. The first ingredients are salmon, halibut, whole herring, cod, shrimp, stuff like that. So it is a little bit better than some of the other pellet foods I've tried. And finally, these are the flakes that I feed my community tank. As you can see, it is still the Omega-1 brand. This is what they look like, just a regular standard flake. I fed this because the fish in here are even smaller and they seem to kind of have trouble with some of the pellets and pellet sizes, even the small ones, so I really wanted something they could really tear off and break into really tiny pieces. You do have to be careful because flakes make the water a little bit dirtier than a pellet will, but because I have shrimp in this tank, they tend to really clean up anything. I don't know if any of them are out right now. They do tend to really clean up any leftover food, and they're good at that sort of thing, so feeding a flake has worked out really well for me. Again, because it is also an Omega-1, the ingredient list is a little bit better than the other flake foods I've tried in my time as a fish keeper, and my fish seem to be doing really well on it, which is the most important thing. I think you can really tell how good the foods you're feeding are by the state of your fish and what they look like and their growth and things like that. And yeah, I think the next logical thing to do is just feed everybody, and you can see how everybody likes it, and maybe consider if these are any options that you are interested in for feeding your fish. So the first thing we're going to do is take the food out of the fridge and let that be rooming to warm temperature. So the community tank is up first. As you can see, everybody is hungry and is waiting because they know it's feeding time. There's both gourami, there's 1 shrimp, 2 shrimp down there, and then 3 shrimp back there on the wall. Basically, I'm going to give them one little pinch. Just a few flakes is enough for the gourami to kind of get it when it's on the surface, and then as it falls to the bottom, I don't know if you can see, there's probably some old flakes already on the bottom, and the shrimp will kind of come in behind them and clean that up. I do feed the flakes to my snails as well. Upcoming video on that if you would like to see it. Long story, pest snails. Basically, I have a cup with a lot of snails, as you can see. And yeah, check my Instagram if you want to know more about that or see any more of my fish. Holy cow, I have a lot of snails. Moby is excited because he knows that it is feeding time. The betas I used to be really strict on because I was kind of going by that old saying that the stomach is only the size of the eyeball, and I would only let them have 3 to 5 pellets a day, things like that. But I've since learned that that is most likely a myth, so I'm now feeding them 5 to 10 pellets per feeding, and I feed twice a day, once in the morning and once at night, and that's worked out really well for me. Basically, I think a good indicator is to just go by the beta's body condition, and if they're overweight, feed them less, and if they're underweight, feed them more. My betas stay pretty consistent so far around the 5 to 10 pellets per meal rule. And the same goes for Mushu, obviously, my other beta. He is a little bit more active than Moby just because his tank is a little bit bigger, so if he does get a few extra pellets here and there, I'm not really worried about it. He knows it's feeding time too. They're really smart. I love how aggressive eaters betas are. I tell you, they're like little sharks. So this is about the size of the cubes I kind of cut my goldfish gel food into. I will typically feed about 2 of these to my bigger goldfish Manfred, who will eat first because he is the bigger, more aggressive eater, obviously. And then I will either take 1 of these and split it into 2 and let my smaller goldfish eat it, or I will kind of give her 2 of the smaller squares. I hope that you guys made it to the end and found that video at least somewhat entertaining. Thank you again for just being here and listening and being my friends. Please like and subscribe and all of that so that I know I'm kind of on the right track and this is a kind of video idea that you guys like seeing. I would love to talk to any of you if you have comments that you want to leave. And yeah, don't forget there's a bell button so that you can be notified when I upload. As far as things coming up in the channel, I might have to tear down at least one of my tanks soon because, as I said, I'm kind of having some life changes coming up that's going to require my hobby to change a little bit. It's not set in stone yet, and it probably won't be for another couple months, so I don't want to talk too much about it because it's not really relevant right now. So yeah, I am excited for a lot of things coming up. I believe it was the channel Aquamate said that I should do a video about my dream fish list or fish that I want to keep, and I definitely want to do that. I do someday want to show you guys other animals and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, oh my god. I'm not sure if she's tall enough to be seen over this table, but this is Annie, my other dog. Say hi, Annie. I think she is the only dog now that hasn't appeared on a video, so I really wanted to bring her in. She's a rescue that's some sort of like brown lab, basset hound, pit bull mix. Basically like a brown lab with short legs and a big body. Sorry, not big, perfectly sized. Perfect. So yeah, she's gonna help me with the outro. Thank you so much for watching. I know that we've kind of hit a little bit of a slump or a plateau, but we're gonna get back up there and we're gonna keep rising and doing better and being happier and having more fun with this channel. And yeah, I'm so glad that you spent some of your day with me. I hope your day was great. My day was great, just getting to talk to you guys. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye. Say bye. Title, I have kind of a simple short video for you guys today. Ooh, there's a bug. This is after all fish. And I do enjoy it. Or is it more better? I definitely still gonna, and blah, 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 blah. So starting with my goldfish, I've showed this on a previous video, Stop. So yeah, she's gonna help me with the outro.